go. What's going on? Okay. So hold on. Is it because he rambles for hours yet says nothing? Shit. I'm going to address all that. I'm going to address all of that. I'm going to address it. Don't get me wrong. This isn't, even though I named it, well, I don't like Unirock. I'm not just going to shit on him. I'm going to explain a few things. So let me explain a few things to folks, especially new folks. Let me explain something to you. First and foremost, I don't have to like no goddamn body on no platform anywhere, anyhow. First and foremost, let me make that abundantly clear. Abundantly motherfucking clear. All right. Nuka Zeus has sent me a message. And he asked me how to download YouTube videos. Easy enough. I went to our stream, but before I clicked on our stream, I said, oh fuck, clicked on the wrong one. I noticed some comments. I was like, oh fuck, this already got a whole bunch of comments. The stream that I did this morning. And I scrolled down, I was like, oh, okay, you know, your titties turning black, yeah. Then I'm like, hold on for a second, what's this? I want to address this. This is an interesting comment. You're so wrong about uni, you're so wrong about uni, but that's okay. You can hold a bad opinion. All right. So you need to be so people need to be scientists in order to be relevant. You're letting Shannon and Rev rub off on you with fallacious thinking, might need to take a break from them. That's pretty funny. I'm going to address it. It's terribly written, but we're going to get to the essence of this comment because I think it hits at something that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit. And they're tagging somebody. I don't know who this is. That YouTube's fucking up. Yep, I like both of them. I don't see or observe any of Drag's criticisms of uni. This is what's important about this. That right there. The other stuff I don't care about. If it's years ago and he harboring resentment, could be it, but that's not any better. So this tells me this person has no idea about any of the things that I've said about Unirock. Because if you've actually listened to what the fuck I was saying, you would have known exactly what I was talking about. So there is no wondering. I gave very specific examples in not only one, but two different videos within the last week. But that's okay. Not everyone catches stuff. Not everyone pays attention. Dragnauct Silvers isn't perfect. I like Unirock. He's a good YouTube investigator. Big disagree, but fair. Very fair. Very fair. Okay, so let me let me address something. Hold on. Why don't you like me? I've seen the Cowardice of G-Man 7 quadrillion times. Because that doesn't matter. I hate that video. Anyway, it was very entertaining while high. All the lights and sound awesome. Yeah. So let me be very, very clear about something. Okay, it's no one around here, no one in this vicinity, right? In this YouTube channel culture is obligated to like or dislike any of the creators or channels that I do. But I've seen an encouragement from Unirock towards his audience to sort of cobble together and garner favor with people that are useful to him at the time. Which that's something that sort of bugs me, right? And this is just a philosophical difference between us and how we run our channels. Again, as a content creator, I feel a certain type of way, and I'm sure he disagrees and he has his reasons, right? But let's start there. I don't think as a YouTube content creator, you should tell people how they should feel and who they should like and that. These are grown-ass people. That's, to me, you're infantilizing your audience when you do that. It's almost insulting, and he does do that. If you have never seen him ever overtly encourage people to go and I'm not talking about, hey, sub to that person. I'm talking about speaking about their character. Oh, this person's a good person. Oh, that's a great guy. You guys need to really just no. You don't know that. People don't know if I'm a good guy. People don't know if Nate's a good. You could see, yeah, he's a good YouTuber, but because the reason I harp on this, and it may seem like I'm splitting hairs, that's the same shit that his opposition likes to do, is sort of attach people's diligence online for whatever it is that they do or their skill to personality traits like having integrity and personal courage. He might say, hey, some of these sound familiar, don't they? Being respectable. That's a separate thing. So that sort of bugs me. Minor issue. Yato brought up something I was going to talk about in a second. And so if you've never seen when Uni reflexively turns on members only mode, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you've not watched as much as I have. I've sat and watched him get a little bit of pushback. And this is like at the height of the Kyle shit. He's gotten a little bit of pushback. Two things I observed, actually, not just one. Not just one. He turns on members only mode because he gets a bit of pushback. He thinks he gets a little opposition and he turns on members only mode. I've talked about this for a while because I think that's a bitch ass move. You know what? Hey, if people are actually trying to brigade you and a bunch of 4chaners are coming through and you do that, okay, cool. That's a good defensive tactic. But it was used to shut down any opposition because he was on a roll saying whatever it is that he had to say for the next 5.5 hours. That's pulling the emo. Thank you, Yoda. Is it Yoda or Yada? Yota? That's exactly what emo does. That's what people do who want to shut down conversation. There's plenty of people who, the fact that y'all's comments are still there and they're going to remain there is a testament to how different I am as opposed to fucking Unirock, who can't stand dissent at all. So if you've never seen this, you ain't been watching long enough. All right. I just pulled this shit out of my fucking ass. Like, hey, you know what? He is an entertaining guy. You know what? With me and Sock Account, Toyota. Oh, like Toyota. Okay, I get it. Me and Sock Account disagree on this. The bit that Unirock does, and this isn't a criticism of Unirock at all. This is what I'm talking about. The thing he does, the bit with Busy, the crackhead potato chip thing, whatever it is. I'm like, that's a little bit too gimmicky. Again, just that's taste, personal taste. Sock Account loves the fuck out of it. I think my wife even finds it somewhat amusing. But again, that's the difference. Busy can be okay. It can be a little too much. I think he uses it as a filler sometimes, which is clever. But when there was a live stream, he had something to say about Kyle, and there was one of the channel members. I don't remember this person's name, but I was sitting in the live chat and I didn't say anything until after he did this. He was laying out one bit of speculation that he had about something that was going on behind the scenes, like he always does. One of his channel members had offered their interpretation of another postulation, just whatever. It wasn't even necessarily disagreeing with him, just an alternative viewpoint. He immediately saw that and presumed that person was a troll, even though you can clearly see the fucking channel member, and he was quick to try and, mods, we need to get rid of that, and like, what the fuck? And identified that person. Some of us here still remember that, and I was like, wow, I started saying shit in the chat. Like, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. The second you think you get a little bit of pushback, you need to react that way. Why? For what? The people in your live chat can disagree with that person, or you can tackle whatever it is that they're discussing while you're live. So help me, fans of Unirock, explain to me why that's a thing. I'm desperate to know, because he won't say shit about it. Again, he's not blocked from my channel. Why do you need to do that? If you fear dissent that bad, why even have a live chat? Why even have a fucking comment section? I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Oh, Dynacat saying something other than gambling. This is a treat. Those of us who are always right about everything really shouldn't have to stress over dissenters, in my opinion. As a pack and go, it's going better. There's a pile of trash over here that y'all can't see, but all this whole left-hand side is, actually, I'll just show you. Ooh, look at the boxes. There's the boxes, yeah. You're sitting on a dresser right now. But Yeah, I don't understand that. Why do you need to silence people because they disagree with you? Yeah, you know what? You can feel that he's a great investigator, which that okay, fine. But if you value the truth, if you value the investigation, if you value getting all the information, then opinions and positions that disagree with you would help in that, right? Because you could at least, worst case scenario, eliminate any possible wrong answers that you come up with. Let's say if somebody is offering something that's in the back of your head and then they verbalize that, rather than you trying to ban them and silence them, you hear them out and you discuss what that is, and y'all both can come to some sort of agreement whether it has merit or not, right? What's the fear, what's the danger in exploring ideas and thoughts that disagree with you? I don't get that, and people who fear that are typically very insecure. Just saying. So if someone has a Unirock apologist line to give me, please, I want to know, because that makes no sense to me. Hey, what's going on? I need to use my other hand. There we go. Yeah, blocked me at the beginning. Yeah, oh yeah. No, he blocked a lot of people. And he blocked me. So Steve has sent him after me and Nate and others. Of course, Unirock does what Unirock does, is a great investigation. And so I get a message. I'm out with Xavier at a sushi bar. And I'm getting messages, Unirock's going in on you. And I was like, what the fuck is a Unirock? What is that? I don't know what that is. Is that a disease? Is that a virus or something? What is that? And so someone sends me a link, and I'm listening to this dude saying I live in my mother's basement and I'm a virgin and all this other. He's just making up shit. Again, a testament to his great investigatory skills. And I'm like, is this dude joking? He's clowning. This shit's pretty funny. Like, he's getting animated too. And I'm like, hey bro, what's up? Whoop, banhammer. I just showed the fuck up, said a few words, and I got that. I was like, what, you talking about me, bro? Like, what? Like, I'm dying laughing. Like, who the fuck is this dude? Right? I've been banned many times. I will continue to get banned, right? And hey, it's a badge of armor. But it just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Help me understand. Why? Like, he was so afraid that I was going to correct him on the bullshit. Like, I got him a few words before I caught the banhammer, but goddamn. Like, and if just ask him about it. If you don't believe me, go ask him if that happened. There's a lot of people in this chat who watched that was like, what the fuck? Like, it's funny, and because people are gonna disagree with this, that we back when back when the Kyle shit was going on and Nate was covering it, me, Agrippa, Nate, Unirock, and a few others, we're going around like discussing aspects of the trial, what was proper service, what options does Steve and his team have, and we're just going over a lot of the live feed from the actual court proceedings, right? So I'm messaging Agrippa because again, all of us are contributing to the conversation. All of us have read a little bit of law. All of us have kind of familiarized ourselves with the case. Unirock shows up he repeats the last 5 words that Nate said. That I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find that link and I'm gonna share it on my community tab. And I want you all to summarize Unirock's input in that discussion. Because I talked to Agrippa, I was like, do you know what the fuck this dude's talking about? No, Mike, no, I don't. So okay, that's how Agrippa sounds in my head. And I was like, come on, this can't be real. What's going on, Nevia? And so afterwards, I started messaging people, hey, somebody, and I think one person, it might have been Amarose, one person could at least remember what he had said. Because I asked Nate, I said, hey, yeah, that was a pretty good stream, man. Yeah. So, do you remember anything Unirock contributed to that conversation? Yeah, man, of course, he said a lot of stuff. Yeah. Like what? Nate went silent for like 3 minutes. He couldn't remember anything. No, I know y'all still playing that bingo game. And it's funny, we went around one person, and I want to say it was on Rose. She actually remembered, and I'm just like, wow. But it's a lot of nothing. It's just a whole lot of nothing. Again, if you don't think that that happened, and Grip was in the chat, he could tell you. None of us could remember shit. And so it became a task. It was like, all right, I'm going to sit through a Unirock stream and I'm going to try and summarize. It's like, I'm pretty good. I could do this. That's harder than you think. that's hard as shit. But you know what? To be fair, I'm pretty sure if he sat through one of my streams, he might learn something. But no, I'm shady. But no, it's just his talents lie in different arenas. And guys who monologue long, like Unirock, like myself, sometimes we get put in a, and this is me kind of taking up for Unirock. Guys who are used to just monologuing, being on their own channels, they forget how to interact with people and have an organic conversation because, well, you almost train yourself or condition yourself to go, okay, well, I'm live and I need to entertain the audience. I don't need to have any dead air. And so you're still in that mode. So when you get on a panel, you kind of can't help but to do that. But it happens. He just spouts a bunch of words, and most of the time doesn't make sense unless someone did the work for him. I've heard that. I've actually watched a stream from some of his former mods that sort of confirm certain things about his diligence and his investigatory skills. But I take that stream with a grain of salt because it's my understanding that he does something outside of YouTube and he has a family, so he's not going to be able to sit there all day, right? And everybody relies on somebody kind of help them out. How much credit they give them, that sort of thing. That's been put into question by that stream, but I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend to have evidence. I like to think that people who do the legwork for me, I give them credit. Sometimes money, sometimes buying shit off Amazon. But that's another issue. I don't want this to be about somebody else's bone to pick. But again, it's great. Like, I think that he is a great entertainer. I will say that. I don't want to take that away from him at all. I think that he does a pretty damn good job of keeping people's attention. Because you think about, in comparison, that his streams are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours long, and my streams maybe go over an hour and a half to maximum maybe 2 hours, and I got other shit to do. So you have to think that if you're going to retain a certain number of live viewers, you have to be entertaining. And I don't think anybody could take that away from you. Now, there's something I found interesting about the criticisms of Unirock from other people. Again, you can split mine into a few different categories. My personal YouTube creator philosophy differences, which are very minor. You shouldn't even pay attention to them, honestly. Sort of interpersonal stuff that I find kind of odd, like the fact that he besmirched me and TGR and fucking Agrippa and everybody, Nate, and never actually apologized for it. In fact, someone had to tell him that he did that because, it was like, it didn't even matter anymore because you can just make up shit about people and that's cool and be friends with them later. And then like some of the stuff that's just dead ass wrong. So Drag, what's something he got dead ass wrong? And this is something that really sticks out to me. This is in relation to Redline. Now, some of y'all know I met Redline. He and I used to be cool. Found out what type of person he is. Don't want him around me and my fucking family. Period. Don't care for the dude. But I was informed, and then I went and saw that Unirock was telling people that Redline's a racist. And I'm like, well, funny that. But not because of the reasons some of y'all know about, but because his name is inherently racist. And I went, wait, excuse me? His name? It's all his shit's car related. What the fuck are you? What? It's what? Oh, his name means redlining, like they used to do to black people. Word? Raise your hand in the chat if y'all remember that one. Please. I know I'm trying to remember who told me about that, and then I went and saw it. That was just like what? What? Are you kidding me? You have got, no. He really said that. Oh, there's some people in the chat. I was there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yes. Redline is when you stall out. It's a car reference. If you know anything about Redline, you know he loves cars and his name is a reference to car shit. There was no evidence at any point in time ever that his name was a reference to that. Unirock made that up. And he knows that's a fucking lie. There's no fucking evidence for that. Like, come on. Y'all know, I don't like it. Like, this, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Why do you, if the guy's bad enough, if you're such a good investigator, if you're such a great guy, you shouldn't have to make shit up about people. And he made that up. Again, go ask him. Ask him to show you the evidence that that Redline's name means that it's a reference to that. Like, just, I remember it kept telling it was just, it was car related. So negative exponents, you remember, and you come from the Unirock verse, the universe. Haha, see what I did there? TM, that's my trademark. I did that. But this is one of the examples. Now, I'm not going to fault Unirock for getting shit wrong. Everybody gets shit wrong. Everybody gets bad intel. But there's, like, I've known Redline for years, and his name at no point was ever a reference to that at all, ever. Not even in jest. So, and again, why let's just take 2 seconds to think about this. If his name was a reference to redlining, why would my black ass associate with him? Why would Nate? Like this, if Unirock took 2 seconds to really step back and think for a second instead of talk, he would have thought about that and went, hold on for a second. What? The girlfriend. Who the fuck is it? Don't even worry about it. But it's just like, like, you don't need to make stuff up. And that's my issue with Unirock. Yes, he gets shit right. Yes, he is entertaining, but he makes shit up. So if someone makes something up about someone and puts it online, then it proves that they're a bad person. That means that they're a shitty person, yeah. What's the difference between bad people and shitty people? People do shitty things. Bad people, well, have a bit of an amalgamation of different shitty things in different areas. That, again, that's my personal definition. I do split hairs that way. I do. But yeah, no, you should not make up stuff about people, Nuka Zeus. The obvious answer is that you're also racist. That's why you go to the G-Man. Exactly. But that is, so I think that that line blurry and subjective. It is incredibly. It really, yeah, it is. But that's one of the examples that really sticks out to me, is that he would just make that up, right? It's, if you have evidence that the guy's doing X, or he, kind of leans in a particular direction, we'll show that evidence. You don't need to just make up stuff. Unirock can't even speak proper English. Oh, Sam, they love you over there in that chat, man. See that shit. But there was a comment made to Agrippa, and I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos, that there was an allegation, there was a rumor, and we definitely don't know where it came from, that Agrippa had doxed somebody. Yep. We all don't know who made that up. So, of course, Unirock, being a diligent person he is, looks into it and makes a video about it. And then Unirock gets dropped by his former compatriots, and so he decides that, he's gonna actually try and be objective, or attempt to be objective, and look at his buddies, former friends. So, I guess I better make friends with Agrippa and Nate, Drag, and all these other people, huh? So Agrippa's like, hey, mate, got a fucking video of me saying I doxed somebody, right? You pissant. That's my Agrippa accent. Mixed with a little bit of New Zealander in there. You hear that? And so Unirock tells him that it's water under the bridge. We're friends now. It's cool. Well, hold on for a second. You take down the video because you're friends with him. Well, that bothers me for a few reasons. If Agrippa actually did this, which he didn't, right, then it should stay up, regardless. The facts are the facts. The facts are facts. Regardless if you're friends with somebody or not, if they did something shitty, they did something shitty. So you hiding it doesn't make you a good person. That just shows you don't have integrity. But if it's false, and you know it's false, and you know it has no merit, why was it up in the first place? See the problem there? See the issue? So I think that no, this is all fat. Don't be fooled. Um, my issue is his integrity. At the end of the day, he will make up stuff. He will hide stuff for people he thinks are his friends, and that doesn't that's something that I personally value a lot. Like I get it, he was loyal. We saw his loyalty to Redline and all the people he say are idiots and scammers and shit like that, which they are. But if you're still willing to behave in the same way that these people are, you're not much different. You're just on the outs with them. You're still bedfellows, but you're distant bedfellows, almost like spiteful lovers at this point. So there's that. But I just those and again, if people want to ask him about that, feel free. My cousin used to, I mean, let's see, got a few people watching my shit. Who was that? I need new glasses. And flex, I'm not flexing at all. Shut up, Tito. Yup. I'm getting all these fucking messages. Oh, somebody's gonna start a OnlyFans soon. Somebody that I know. That's gonna be fun. But how do you feel about people doing mukbangs on Twitter? Yeah, I just saw that notification. I'm trying to avoid that until after I eat. So yeah, it strikes me as the type to have a CYA policy. Yeah, cover your ass policy. Yeah, no, I don't think that he's much different than Jason. The other Jason. Yeah, for that. I don't wait. If he doesn't like being referred to by his first name, somebody please let me know. Again, I don't care for him and his antics, but if he doesn't want people to call him that, then I will respect that. No, I'm not starting OnlyFans. No, it's somebody I know. Mukbang from 12. Yeah. Who here, real quick, since Nuka's in the chat, who here wants to see another conversation between me and Nuka? I'm gonna start OnlyFans. Let me serenade you. Doing a copper on hard. Hey man, look, if you can do a helicopter while on hard, go for it, man. That's just painful. I hear. He forms arbitrary tart alliances. He does, and it's for expediency, right? It's convenience for him to be amongst this group of people, and so now, but you think about it, right? Because people are mad because you gotta be a scientist to be somebody cool, huh? No, not at all. And not at all. But I think that my point still stands. That some people come to this platform, they put on a persona, but they're feeding off of this to bolster their self-esteem. Drag, how the fuck ain't you doing that? Because I don't give a fuck about anybody watching me. Except a few people. I hang out with, people who send me titties. Other than that. I don't need this platform. I'm not going to invest no more time or effort into this than just for pure leisure. I don't need to make money off of this. I don't need this for my livelihood, right? So, with that being said, I'm not beholden to anybody. And that gives me the ability to be more honest than some. It's just something I've observed. He has acknowledged that he has used the name in the past and consider it reused now. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no, then I'll call him Unirock. That's perfectly fine. Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for that. We're doing OnlyFans like Alex is doing something. Yeah, I think controversy, people would enjoy. People would enjoy hearing your voice. I think people would enjoy hearing you narrate certain books, certain stories. That's again my 2 cents. Yeah, I think people enjoy that. What's going on, Kamal? No, I'm just airing some. Let me not say I'm airing them out. Let me not say that. I'm just being real with folks. I'm just telling you how I feel. Again, some of the people that I'm referencing are here. People have seen the shit that I'm talking about. I'm not just pulling the shit out of my ass. But I do want to address the comment. Yeah, I don't know how I'm harboring resentment. No, I've never had any sort of relationship like with the dude. Not even really even friendly. Well, I guess you could say with somewhat friendly relationship. But I've never been like actual friends with him. So there would there was no opportunity for resentment to build. That's just, I'm observing his behavior, and it's very similar to other people's behavior, people that I talk about, right? If he's doing the same shit that Emo Howling Wolf is doing, am I not supposed to point that out? But check me if I'm wrong. Does this, and please let me know. Please let me know. Am I lying? Am I Dragnauct Silva's lying that Unirock will reflexively turn his members only chat on when he sees dissent? Am I wrong about that? Because if I'm right about that, it's hard to argue that, that's not a shitty move. If you disagree that doing something like that shitty, then I want to hear the answers, right? I'm not gonna pull a Unirock. I'm not gonna block you or ban you or turn on members only mode because you disagree, right? It's just stupid to me. I don't think he's ever done that ever since you called him out on it. Is that true, Lono? I'm not like, if you didn't read between lines on that, I stopped watching him after that. Up until very recently, where somebody sent me a link, I stopped watching him because I don't watch people who do shit like that at all. KJ and Uni use that tactic. So shocked. It's definitely immature. Hey. And now nearly go to raise your emo. I don't think Unirock. I think he's been a little peeved, especially recently with the stupid shit that people have been doing, like talking about taking pictures of his fucking house and family and stupid shit like that. But I don't think he'll ever actually like flip out like emo. I don't think he's gonna do that. There's things I don't like about the dude, but I could say that I think there's a cap to how much he's actually gonna really emotionally invest himself into this platform. And I don't think that's it. Unless he gets a real, like, even if it were to cross a certain line with him, for most people that would cause him to rage, I think he'd be cognizant enough of his own emotions to say, fuck it, I'm just gonna shut this off. So that's just me. Afraid the inability to hold two conflicting positions at once is a growing trait. Critiquing Reds, critiquing Reds does not mean unquestioning support for Unirock, vice versa. Yeah, and I'm noticing that too. If you disagree with the scammers and shit like that, then you automatically a Unirock's friend. You will hardly ever hear me say anything positive about Unirock, so I don't know how that's true. But you know what? It's easy to play faction wars. Actually, he only does it when he's going to cover a topic he knows that will bring trolls, dissenters. But that's fine, right? I mean, just let them say what they're going to say. I'll give you a perfect example of how that works to your favor. The stream that I just did with Nate and with Agrippa and with Vince, I let that idiot sit in my chat and say whatever the fuck that she was going to say. And at the end, a lot of people didn't know that that's the scammer's fucking girlfriend. I gave her enough rope to hang herself with. So rather than being sensitive and scared, you be smart about shit and you can be successful. Like people still talking about that. Oh, Grad was great. Yeah, it was great. But you just have to not be fucking sensitive. Like I don't know how else to say that. Wait, what better, instead of Unirock doing this, hey, let me play devil's advocate, having this conversation back and forth, you can have the dissent right there and you don't have to make it up. You don't have to contrive it at all. If the person is one of the people is literally there giving you the opposition, right? So it's like, fuck, man. The mods were intentionally hands off with her, let people run them out. Yeah, exactly. But that's just, again, that shows you the difference. It's that he fears dissent. But I want people to think about something. If he can't take people disagreeing with him, then when it comes to addressing issues within his own circle, what does it say for that? Right? There's plenty of people who left my Discord, interpersonal reasons, it's how stuff run, but you don't see a whole series of videos about it. But with Unirock, I think there were like 5 or 6 fucking videos from one of the head mods with other people coming in pointing out his love affair with fucking Katie Joy and how that was clouding his better judgment. Well, shit, if you fear dissent, then guess what? Shit like that happens. I actually had somebody leave my Discord a while back because people were saying, I don't care for Unirock. Some people, I can't stand that. You know, it's a mixed environment. No one's obligated to like anybody. Somebody couldn't stand it and they left. I heard they went back in, but they ain't getting back in. It is how it is. If you can't stand somebody disagreeing with you, if everybody got like the same thing you like, you don't belong around me or any of the people that I associate with, because you can't think. And that's the problem right there. You don't encourage thinkers in your realm if you fear dissent. Tito hit up Holy Spackle. And that's the issue. That is the heart of the issue right there. This fear of dissent. And this urge, you end up inadvertently creating like a cult hive mind where only few thoughts can exist. And I'm just like, look, man, how are you encouraging your audience to go and investigate and go and look into stuff if you yourself can't stand different opinions? Like, I really don't get that. That's something that's just, it's the antithesis of kind of who I am as a person. It has nothing to do with being a scientist or doing science. It's being, I don't know, a thinker, being impartial, being non-biased. Like there's so, everybody and their mother can do that. It's not this special skill that you have to acquire years of practice. Well, it's, you hone it over years of practice. You don't just get gifted it at school or, you know, go through training and you get these abilities. It's something you have to practice. But if Lono is right and he stopped doing it after I called him out, then good on him. Good on him. That's improvement. Maybe he'll figure out how to actually apologize for making up stuff about people instead of having somebody tell him to do that. Just like when he wants to extend invites to people, he could contact them himself and unblock the person. It's like, oh, ask him why he had Nate blocked on Twitter. Ask him how many hoops Nate had to go through to get in contact with him, even though the message came that Unirock wanted to contact Nate. I mean, he could just unblock him in the first. Like, this just a whole bunch of stupid shit because he's sensitive. Like, please argue with me about that. Look. I saw Big Mike in the chat. What's going on, man? Oh, I'm lit tonight. I'm feeling pretty good. You can read between the lines. Feeling pretty good. But no, I don't understand. So I think probably don't get it because a rational part of your brain is engaged. Maybe that's what it is. But the guys that I hang around, the guys that I actually like hang out with IRL, they're gonna bust my balls about anything. If I get something wrong, I'm gonna get a message, hey, you fucked that up. So Unirock every time, oh, there's Drag, ha ha, hey, cool, hey Drag, maybe you and I can be friends, ha ha. All that stupid every time. I was like, hey bro, what's up? Like, I'm just like slash popcorn. What's going on here? What's up, folks? Oh, cool, that's my main man, Drag. Hi, how are you? Bro, you and I need a stream sometime. About that one, Chief. About that. Don't get me wrong, it's funny as shit. It's funny as shit. That's sometimes recently I'll say that. Go in the chat just to hear him do something like that. It's funny to me. That's funny. It's not, don't take that as I'm offended. No, it's just funny. It's cringy. It really is. He does do that. He does do that. Oh, there's Agrippa. Man, you and I should go out for lattes one day. It wasn't latte. It was something. Something he said he was supposed to do. I forgot what it was. I just said lattes. but no, I think so. Just I've been shitting on him, but I'll be real. I would share a beer with him. Yeah, I hang out with him. I don't think he's a bad guy in person. I think he's probably a little socially awkward. I know a little bit about his background, so I don't expect him to be a social butterfly. But I have a drink with him. I have a drink or two. Avocado toast? No. Then he and I would fight. Brandon having a discussion now. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Hey, Agrippa, you and I can go to Paris and we can eat some escargot. Agrippa, those are some nice shoes, man. Did you get them from a bargain?
I'm okay. No, I'm done. I'm all right. All right. I've just been wanting to do that this entire time. I've been wanting to do that, but but no, I think that guy TV's gonna last 30 minutes. All right. But man's a gamer. You know, he plays Tarkov. He plays a game. I'm trying to balance this out a little bit. I'm trying to balance this out. He plays Tarkov. My buddy Xavier loves Tarkov. Loves it. You know, that's not my type of game, but he seems pretty prolific in that game, from what I understand. I might be wrong about that, but so again, not my type of game. But you know, he and I could sit down and chat about, I don't know, Pokemon cards and titties. Like, I don't know, nerd stuff. I guess. Who knows? Who knows? But I would hope that he does the due diligence and, you know, gives people credit where credit's due, to sort of avoid issues like he had a few months ago. Who does a wife beater better? Unirock, definitely. He has smaller man titties. But yeah, I think it'd be better if he would sort of get out of his comfort zone a little bit. And I know that can be hard. I think that can definitely be hard at times. Because especially when you get on this, and this is sort of when I kind of take up for him, being the content creator versus being the viewer, it's way different. It's way different. So is that a caricature of Unirock, or is that actually? No, that's actually how he behaves. That is unironically how he actually behaves. Honestly, don't enjoy watching other play games. I'd rather spend my time playing games myself. Yeah, and people feel some type of way about that, and that's why I do gaming streams where people can sort of see me, and I'll try and talk. But I'll have the game be like a backdrop to what's going on, because I can multitask pretty well. But what was I saying? Yeah, no, I would hope that, yeah, going forward, does the due diligence. If he wants to try and rectify something, he should kind of, you know, yeah, have somebody else sort of reach out if he doesn't know how, but then make the effort himself to go and do the legwork. So I think that the fact that he's never like actually made amends with folks, and I say Nate says this is water on the bridge. For me, it's real big. For me, if he actually does want respect, that, hey, you approach me, don't send the old underling to do something, come holler at me and we can have a chat. And the reason I say that is because that's how I was fucking raised. That's one of the things that's just a holdover from my upbringing that I really do respect. So I mentioned this a while back, but somebody that I talked to years ago, and I mean years ago, he and I got into it. It was a discussion over morality and lying, that sort of thing. And I told him that there was a scenario where I did have to lie for the greater good. And of course, there's a classic example of, you know, lying to the Nazis, saying there's no Jews in my attic. But I gave a personal example. So what ended up happening, without going into too much detail, he and I got heated. And I took great offense to what he had said because it involved the health and welfare of my child. And so that was always a sore spot between me and this person. And then after that, we never really talked again. And when I say talk, I sit down and talk, I would, of course, throw shade at him any chance I got. But we hadn't talked in years, up until very recently. And last month, he actually popped up in my chat. Some of y'all may or may not even heard me acknowledge this guy's existence. But he said, hey, I want to holler at you. We had some bad blood between us. It was something that I had said, and now, you know, I want to, you know, address it. And so I gave my email, and he contacted me. And I said, hey, yeah, we can talk off air privately. And he let me know. It's like, hey, you know, I've done a lot of maturing. I've done a lot of, you know, a lot of praying because he's religious. And, you know, I think he had just had a kid. and he actually apologized. Like, and you could hear in his voice, he was sincere, and he explained the scenario. He saw where he erred, and he sort of acknowledged how sort of we both can sort of learn and grow from that experience. And so, yeah, I acknowledge my role in that whole scenario as well. And so we made amends, and that it genuinely felt good, right? I wouldn't even think about this guy at all, but it meant a lot to me. I'll probably never talk to this guy again, but it really meant a lot to me that he did that. Another example is back in the day when I was reviewing G-Man. G-Man would lie to people. I learned this later. G-Man would go and lie to people behind closed doors and tell them certain shit. And then I go and I talk to them. I'm addressing these fabrications about me and my character and all this other kind of shit. Turns out, guess what? Oh boy's lying. So me and this guy's name is G-Con. G-Con, me and him sort of sat down and talked because G-Man did some fuck shit to him, yada, yada, yada. He and I are comparing notes. And so we realized that we've both been lied to by this one guy. And so G-Con actually came to my town and took me and my wife out to eat. And we sat down and discussed a lot of stuff that we had in common. Again, that meant that he didn't have to, we went to Red Lobster, but he didn't have to do all that at all. He didn't have to. Say D-Man, no, G-Con, G-Consciousness. He's sort of in the consciousness, black Christian circles that if you're not into that sort of thing, you don't know who that is. But that meant a whole lot to me. It really did. And so I got to understand this man on a way better level than I ever did. And that sort of thing, again, that's what I'm really big on. Unirock doesn't do anything of the sort, so you see the issue there. But anyway, this personal gripes, I'm sure this will be taken out of context and people make a big deal out of it. But it's not. It's not. Is Unirock a fucking big old poopy head? Who knows? Whatever. He's pretty entertaining. I do wish some of his gaming streams. I wish he had variety gaming streams, like him playing a genre of games that he's just completely new to, and just like fuck, just so you know, this is how you don't play. I think I watched that. But yeah, so cool. I burned some time before Derek got here. Awesome. Okay, cool. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Have fun. There are treats on the way out. Please tip your waitresses. What else? Oh yeah, did I ask y'all if y'all wanted another conversation with Nuka Zeus? Yeah. He is a sponsor? Oh, that's cool. How many of y'all watched the conversation I had with Unirock? How many of y'all saw it? I want to go home, but yeah, fuck out of here. I was supposed to be like stacking shit and talking to. Yes, but with no kid gloves. Oh, so Yato, I can't do that. Love to hear you talk with Uni. I would. I'd have a talk with him. I'm not sure about what, but we could chat. Talk about therapy. Oh Jesus, jeez. No, I don't think any mental health discussion with Nuka is going to be productive. You like another talk with just a tip? I'm going to have to. I'll explain why in a second. I'm reading more comments. Wouldn't mind watching bingo. I'd rather watch you clean your bathroom. Well, you didn't want stuff for negative, which is good, which is great. And Nuka lied about his life experiences. How do you know he's lying? Did you mean your talk with Nuka Zeus? You said, oh, did I say you didn't right? Oh, okay, my bad. I meant Nuka Zeus. I get them confused. Sorry. You know, kick me from a stream for correcting his timeline on the Innocence breakup. Oh, I forgot about that, Amorose. Oh, that did happen. That's right, because then I think you popped up on Nate's stream, and that's when I first saw you, if I remember correctly. How hard did you laugh after talking to Nuke? I didn't laugh too much because he and I had an off-air conversation. After that ended, I got up and I started laughing. The off-air conversation was far funnier than the actual live conversation. So, somebody's upset. when he did not know Prestige meant, I died. I actually struggled to sort of explain what Prestige is. That was a challenge for me. That actually was a challenge to explain what that is, because I've never sat and thought about it. I just sort of, I don't know when I figured out what Prestige meant. I guess like other words, but I didn't think I had to do that. So that's crazy. But what confuses me is that I thought he plays like Call of Duty and shit. There's Prestige mode in there. So how does, I don't know. Kind of save the watch later. Okay, so we are planning to have another conversation. He seems thrilled for it, I guess. What's going on, Big Mike? But so yet to Yado, I think, and maybe it's Kinnear Safe, and a few other people commented and said, you got to talk to him without kid gloves. I can't do that. I can't. So Drag, why can't you? So the conditions, there were, and I did not explain this before, I don't think. There were conditions to our discussion. With Nuka, there's certain things he didn't want to talk about, obviously, which everybody has those things, sure. I told him it'd be easier for him to give me a list of topics or name things that he doesn't want me to touch, but he didn't want to do that. But he ended up saying something to the effect of, if I'm going to leave at the first hint of BS, and I'm like, what is BS? And, oh, well, I'll let you know. So, okay, well, then give me a list of, and this is before the conversation even happened. Well, give me a list of things so I know what to avoid. And guess what never came to fruition again. So I said, okay, if you feel like you don't want to, just let me know. Like this, it's silly. The conditions, there's no real point in having discussion. And Lady Starfire, I would normally agree to that, but the first conversation sort of helped me understand what his sensitive areas are, and he will say that they are sensitive areas for him. He can call it whatever he wants to. But I was gonna say, having trouble thinking. He felt that I was trying to like trick him into saying certain things, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to give you guys like it doesn't make sense. It's not going to, after I finish explaining this next part, it's still not going to make sense, but just bear with me. He expressed that there were topics and things that I was trying to bring up to fuck with him. Now, he didn't say this live. He referenced this at the beginning of the conversation before we went live, and he mentioned it after we went off air, that he thinks that there's some things that I'm trying to get him to say. Then I asked him, again, we're off air, I asked him, what were those things? He doesn't know. Okay. So I said, yes, I noticed that you were being very, very vague to open-ended questions. I don't know why. And I said, this may be that paranoia I spoke about before, referencing an email that I had sent them. Yeah, maybe, but I'd be feeling a certain way, yeah. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? That doesn't tell me anything at all. We even marked dodging questions in the bingo. Yeah, and he did that intentionally. That was intentional. He still to this day can't tell me what I wanted him to say at all, but he knows it was something to do with women. I guess naming the characteristic or a trait of a woman that liked him is revealing too much information about I don't know who, but I guess that's a really identifying marker of somebody. Man, she is really meek. Oh, you must be talking about Makisha. Like, I don't, again, like I said, it doesn't make any sense. And so, without going into too much detail, I said it's ironic you didn't want to say certain things and be recorded, but you just admitted some things here, and I could be recording you. Said, well, yeah, you could be. Then what was the purpose of you avoiding it if you were just going to talk about it? If you actually go back to the conversation, you'll notice that he brings up all the uncomfortable shit. I'm talking about something like I'm intentionally staying away from specifics, and I'm speaking in general just to open the conversation. And he keeps narrowing the conversation to areas that are uncomfortable for him. That was the irony of that whole thing. But I can't. There's not going to be any real talk with Noodz at all. I'm not going to sit down and talk to him like I talk to somebody else because he's way too sensitive for that. Again, he's going to disagree, but he is. If you have to set up a list of things that hurt your butthole, then why even then no, people can't be real. People just can't be. If you can say, hey, I ain't cool with that, then it is what it is. But to like premeditate, that's the word of the day, to premeditate this set of things and subjects, like, bro. Anyway, people are a trip. Anyway, I got some food to eat and some other stuff to do. BGTV's going live, so y'all should check it out. Somebody put her stuff in the description. Or the link, whatever.